Hello, hello, hello. How's it going? Right now I'm just doing some loose sketches. Trying to figure out which pose I want to do for Rool. Let's see, so these are just kind of like loose thumbnail sketches that I'm doing. And I'm drawing Rool's because a good friend of mine, Andy, he donated, he helped me quite a bit financially, and I'm trying to return the favor. That's not right. Why his head to be big enough, but not too big? Yeah, so my friend Andy, he stops by the streams, sometimes, and he helped me out financially. And I told him that I was gonna draw him some, and he couldn't refuse. Like I wouldn't allow him to refuse, so. Right now I'm just getting some more sketches based on screen caps I've taken from Smash Brothers Ultimate. Yeah. See, and that's like one pose, but I feel like that's too direct of a pose, I guess. Let's see. I'll have to play with like foreshortening later. But this is basically kind of just trying to get the right basically just trying to get it right. The posing. So this doesn't have to be super accurate, just accurate enough to convey what I want to get through. Yeah, and he's got like really really short, stumpy legs, and a big body. That is our K. Rool. Alright. I kind of like this one turning out. I should do one more. Maybe this time referencing some from Google Images, which has not been super reliable. You know, in the recent times because of, you know. Yeah, I want to make sure the music's not too loud. Let's see. Looking up new stuff. Let's see. Maybe thinking also. I hope Andy shows up to the stream so I can give him a selection. Let's see. Yeah, I'm playing like the Smash Brothers mix of the Donkey Kong music. Let's see. Yeah, he's got the big boxing glove here. Let's see. Oh, don't want to do that. I hate when I do that. Alright. I'm trying to get a reference of sort of his pose. I'd like to, I don't know. Let's see. Smash. See, the problem is it's like there's not a good picture of what I want because of how you know, he's angled in screen caps. You know how it'd be. And I'm still talking to myself. Oh well. Chilling and drawing. That's what we're doing right now. Chill and drawing K. Rool. Let's see. Yeah. And I can always like fix them up if I need to. see. Boxing glove. Charge up maybe. Let's see. I love this remix. Da 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 da. I wonder if somebody uploaded the model. Okay, somebody did. Oh, I don't want to download it. I want to play around with it, but... See, boxing glove. Looking for something that, you know, maybe, just maybe, I can use. It's like I want to look it up like via the website, not having to download it. I'm not looking for mods. This is a pain in the butt to find references sometimes. Yeah. I might, It's like I can't go back and look up more references, unfortunately, and via Smash Brothers Ultimate. Let's see. Come on. Just looking through my Switch right now, see if I have more references. Let's see. Okay. Well, at least try to get the angle of his other foot right. And all that stuff. Let's see. It's not getting good references from the internet itself. Alright. You know, can we talk about how awesome the music in the Donkey Kong Country games are? They're like super amazing. Let's see. Oh, I should have probably changed the category. Whoops. I can edit it real quick. Save. There we go. Live stream editing. Wahaha. Probably getting flagged for copyright for this one. 1010%. Alright. And I got basically 3 poses lined up. Like, I feel like I can play around with this one a bit more. This one, I don't know. I feel like it might be a bit too complicated. And this one, it just feels like too samey. Like, I guess like too similar to the Smash Brothers victory that, I feel like that one I can get away with. And if I want to, I can add a big old boxing glove. That one might work. I'm gonna take a drink. Alright. Nobody showed up yet. I've been streaming for 20 minutes. That's a sad. That is a sad. Especially for my last live stream of the year. Oh well, it is the holidays and whatnot, and plus finals. I'm sure. Sorry, I went to check on Twitter, and real quick, I'm gonna just double check because I'm gonna laugh at this information. Oh, so apparently Netflix is down. Let's see. Yeah, no. According to Discussing Film, Netflix is down. Huh. I mean, good thing I wasn't planning on using Netflix tonight. But I'm kind of like, part of me chuckles a little bit because it makes me more glad that I'm getting Pinocchio tomorrow. Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio specifically. The 4K Criterion release, so I'm really looking forward to that. I think I'm going to play around with this one a bit more, so... Let's see... I might retweet my stream announcement. I don't think anybody's really noticed that I've started streaming. If Andy comes in the next minute or two, I will let him peruse through the thumbs real quick. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not, like, nobody's showing up, man. Warning. I'm just getting warnings for bitrate, so I don't think I'm getting, like, struck for copyright or anything. I feel like I would have known if that was the case. Drawing King K. Rool. Nah, I gotta figure some lyrics for this song. Gotta find out what no. It's been a while since I've listened to Donkey Kong Country music, so obviously not fresh in my head as, like, say, like Godzilla music. Oh, I guess somebody, maybe, we have 1 views. Average view duration was 23 seconds. I wonder if they came in like at the beginning of the stream or... Huh. Oh well. It doesn't show anyone's currently watching. So... I don't know. I might play with this one a bit. This pose. I have a good reference image from Smash Brothers that I'm referencing, so what I might do, let's see. I think his head should be his head's shaped like this. He's got a rectangular like that, like on the top. I'm exaggerating a bit, obviously. But, you know, that's how we roll, is exaggeration. Yeah, his head's tilted a bit, so it makes sense that... Well... that would make his mouth a bit tilted. I know Andy said he would try to make it, but if he doesn't, it's fine. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's a bit bummer if my last stream of the year and nobody shows up. That would be a bit of a bummer, not gonna lie. Because it's just, after this week, it's gonna be like too hard to like stream for the holidays and whatnot, families coming over. And obviously, you know, family kind of comes first. I'm exaggerating a bit more, even like Smash Brothers standards. Trying to get as exaggerated as I can. See, like that. Yeah, so I'm like, I have like no experience drawing K-Rool, so this is definitely an interesting challenge. Of course. Crown doesn't have to be perfect at this stage. I definitely want his head to be more in the foreground. But what I might do is shrink it just a wee bit. Let's see. I haven't seen -1 any more times since last Monday, but I'm looking to go again Thursday and do another double feature with Boy and the Heron, but this time dub. I have work off this Thursday, so, and tomorrow I want to watch Pinocchio since it's coming out. I'm getting my 4K copy. I started playing Disco Elysium again, picking up where I last picked it off. And I forgot how funny that game can be. Alright. Let's see. Let's see, and the shoulders are... About me? Nah. Look at this goofy king. He's a very goofy king. A goofy, deranged king. Let's see. Yeah, how do I want to tackle the body? Oh, here. This is where technology comes in. Actually, I want to lower the opacity of this. Maybe a bit higher than the bottom layer, but basically, maybe if I start drawing his belly, I can get a good idea of how, like, just get a circular shape for his belly area. Get an idea of what I want to do. Okay. And then his chest. You know, and this is how we draw a snowman. Do you wanna draw a snowman? I don't wanna get sued by Disney, so I should probably stop making parody lyrics to the song, which I'll do right now. Yeah. Alright. Let's see, and then King K. Rool. His belly button pops out a bit. I do know that. I know his got a big belly button. It's a bit covered up by his body, so maybe just... Too bad I can't get his jewel, but I also just want to focus on just getting his head a bit popping out. I'm also hoping my Switch doesn't die. Yeah, it's 78%, so should be good. I might have to do send out another treat or something if nobody shows up. Oh, hey Andy, how you doing? I got so used to nobody coming in. How are you doing tonight? Yeah, I started playing with one of the poses. Let me show you what I've got. So, this is the one that I started to really focus on. And then, see, the other one was this one where he has like the boxing glove. Sort of here. Doing good. Love how it's coming along. Thank you. Yeah, so have him do this pose and then playing around with this pose, but I felt like that was too close to like the guess one of the victory screens. But this one is sort of like based on a screen grab that I did from Smash Brothers. I was playing around with Smash Brothers because I figured that's a good reference. But I still wanted to keep the boxing glove, so I might just add the boxing glove like right there. But yeah, and then go back to I have it in the 30s. Let me show you the head a bit more. Yeah, and just exaggerating the pose a bit more. I guess let me know if you want to keep it with this pose or change it up. Your input is greatly appreciated. But first I might... Let's see. I had to change my settings recently because I was doing your all befitting of K-Rool. Yeah. Yep. I like what you're doing now. Okay, cool. I'm glad because immediately that's the one I'm liking right now as well. I figured it was more of like, my just right. But yeah, I changed the settings because I was doing the Godzilla and Kong meets Turbo Man, and I usually draw on a bigger canvas size. Oh, there we go. Gangplank Galleon. There we go. Fitting song. Alright. Want to make sure. This is a bit readable because I'm going to eventually merge these layers. Yep, so welcome to the last stream of the year, by the way. Turbo Man was fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like I needed to take a bit of a break from normal kaiju shenanigans and I don't know, do something a bit different. And then my family just so happened to have Jingle All the Way on. I was like, hey, Turbo Man. I know Andy likes Turbo Man, and heck, I like Turbo Man because I grew up with Jingle All the Way. So Figured it was a nice change of pace. And man, I still remember how hype K Rool reveal was. Yeah! It was such a good reveal, they used it twice. Yep. Like, legit, they used that reveal twice, but it was fitting both times. I am so interested what they're gonna do next for Smash Brothers because you know they're doing another one, but it's like because money, but at the same time it's like nah, it's ultimate. Like literally ultimate, as you said. I don't think you can top this one. I mean, and that's not to say ultimate was perfect, but roster wise, man, that is a legal that has to be a licensing nightmare that they somehow managed to pull off. Still fits into Toku as far as concerned, yeah. I mean, like, because when Jingle All the Way came out, Power Rangers was a big thing, and obviously Turbo Man was very influenced by the Power Rangers craze at the time. Same, like they set a pretty high bar this go around with the reveals. Honestly, my only complaint was the game was the Fire Emblem stuff, but I know that's sort of a running meme at this point. Yeah, the dang old Fire Emblem stealing all the gosh darn rosters. How dare they? Honestly, the one reveal for me that got me like legitimately excited for was actually Sephiroth. And I know your opinions on Sephiroth, but here's the thing, like for me, I was like, you know, it'd be cool if One Wing Angel was like you can listen to One Wing Angel and Smash Brothers. I was like sort of like I would love to do that. So when Sephiroth was revealed, I legitimately like you know like verbally cheered that, you know, like from my couch, be like, yes! Enough that my dog Lola, she did not like it. She was barking at me. Oh no, he was a great reveal. I completely get it. Yeah. I was surprised as well as I know of Fire Emblem, they didn't go with like Hector or someone with an axe or something. Yeah, well, I am not a Fire Emblem guy, so I would not know. I played a bit, like a very, very tiny bit of Three Houses. And I don't know. Might try to pick it up again. But I think tactical RPGs are just RPGs, not necessarily for me. Let's see, and we're gonna actually merge these two layers. I'm gonna probably like shrink this down a bit so I can make sure it doesn't like get cropped out. Like there's no cropping out or anything. Actually, I might do that now. Just a wee bit. Yeah, I should have like the crop. I played some of Awakening and that was it. Had a friend who was really into it and he was talking about. Yeah. My first exposure to Fire Emblem was really Smash Brothers Brawl. And I had one of my friends who really liked using Ike. They were quite the Ike user. Let's see. Oh. I want to start drawing the claw first before I start drawing like the shoulder and whatnot. Or at least get the basic shape for the hand. Melee was my introduction. Who the hell is Marth? Okay, well technically, I guess Melee would be my introduction, but when I was playing Melee, I wasn't really caring about who was from which game. But Brawl was the first one where I was just like, huh. First time I noticed these like sword guys. I don't know who they are. I just know my friend really likes using that one move of Ike. Yes. I would have to say Brawl was like my go-to as my Smash Brothers game as a kid. Mainly because I didn't get Melee until like later into the GameCube's life. I remember Ike was a popular one. Yes, he sure was. For some reasons. No, totally not spamming the one move or anything. And K. Rool's face in particular looks great. Thank you. Yeah, I wanted to exaggerate it a bit more. I guess push his face. I'm hiding a bit some of the details, but it'll be fine. Like, I'm not going to show his, like, jewel that holds his cake, but that's more of, like, that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make to, you know, showcase, you know, the face a bit more. I think I am playing around with the pose enough where it's like, okay, you know, it's not like a direct copy of, you know, the Smash Brothers screenshot. Oh yeah, like I was an early adopter of the GameCube, and Melee was really like, so we played it. Nice, that friendly smile of his. Yeah, he just wants to. He just wants to give you a, you know, a high five, you know, a little fist bump. You know, nothing serious. You know, yeah. I feel like I am a bit, if I do the boxing glove, that is a bit cheating. Just like, oh, I'm cheating a bit. Don't worry about it. Nice thing about K. Rool having a cape is just like, I can fudge the anatomy a bit. It's like, oh, don't worry about it. But what I might do is make it better, have it so his shoulder's out there. I always laugh about Melee because no matter what, anytime a new DLC character came out, I tried them and immediately go back to him. He was just too much fun to play with. Fair. Yeah, I don't know, I sometimes play around with characters. I know for a while I was playing around with Captain Falcon, but when Sephiroth came out, Sephiroth was really fun to play as. Yeah, I kind of figured Ultimate. You know, I was just like, I'm pretty sure the GameCube, that was the generation where DLC wasn't exactly a thing. Let's see. Might have to shrink his hand a bit. Maybe. Because the pose is a bit different than what I have here. But I feel like I'll be able to make it work out. Hope. Maybe. Maybe I'll be able to work it out. Simpler times, yep. There was no DLC when the game out, as that was the style of the time. I'm low-key miss those times. Okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking I'm gonna need to shrink that hand. Oh, cancel. Let's see. Shrink it and move it out here, so it'll be better. It'll be a bit more closer to my reference, but I think that'll be fine. Man, this remix sounds like it's speed running through the soundtrack. Same, it's like for every one DLC that actually made very good use of the concept, there was like 10 that were just cash grabs. Yep. Good old capitalism. Gotta love it. Ha. See. See. Gonna have to move the hand out just a wee bit more. Nice thing about sketching out the hand first is that you can figure stuff out. Like, figure the arm out later. Trying to get as close to what I have for the pose. Best as I can. Okay. Then let's see. Get a little pointy end right there. Yeah, I said this earlier in the stream when nobody was watching, but I am not used to drawing Rool, so it's just like trying to figure his body out. And sometimes that can be a pain in the butt. Yeah, that ain't looking right. That is not looking right. Because it's like, maybe, just maybe what I can do is, he can be weird, yeah. Fudging it once more. Of course, I should have cut and then transform. Let's see. That might work. Man, the Donkey Kong soundtrack is always bops. Let's see. Always a bopping good time. What if David Wise's finest achievement? Yes, agreed. Let's see. Oh, I'm in the wrong layer. And then time to raise the opacity like that. See how it's coming along. Feel like the hand's still a bit wonky. Or just like the overall arm, I can probably do. Erase that. Yeah, now I got like everything in separate layers, so it's just like, here's what I need to do. Merge them all. Technology. Let's see. You know, just anatomy in general, let's be honest, is just so wonky and weird sometimes. And again, I feel like I'm sort of like fudging it by cheating and making the hand just a bit larger. But what I can probably do is just make it a bit less wonky. Anatomy is the constant battle. Indeed it is. Especially when you're a crocodile king. Personally, I think it's looking great. Thank you. And it's all thanks to cheating. Just cheating a little bit and be like, yeah, you know, it's you know, just the hands out here. You know, it's don't worry about it. I don't have to draw the rest of the arm or anything. And yeah. You aren't tracing, so it's all good. Yep, nope, not tracing. Not this time. I usually don't trace when something I guess money's been put down for. I mean, there'll be moments where it's like, yeah, I'll trace like little tiny things, but not the like majority of the piece itself, I guess would be the best way to put it. We can erase that. Alright. We got technology. Yes, yes we do. And now for a good old mirror look. Look, it can't be as bad as that Godzilla vs. Superman page. Don't underestimate me. I can make it. You want me to go that bad? I'll do it. Don't tempt me. Yeah, you know, it's just that one page. I just, I don't know what was going on. Other than, you know, the comic industry is just not great with deadlines and whatnot. Alright. Want to shrink a bit more. Sounds like a challenge. It's like, just like, okay, let me get a picture. Deadlines and everything, I imagine. Yeah. Yeah, you know, the comic industry is, you know, not a really nifty place to work for, as I've kind of heard. In fact, no industry is really a good place to work for right now. Like, I'm not hearing any, you know, industries are being that great right now. Like, I always rather see a janky sort of drawing that the artist worked on and gave their own touches to than tracing. Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, that's the majority of people would agree with you there. Let's see. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, and then I got his belly button out here. Should be good. The only thing I'm a little worried about is these little tangent lines, so what I might do is shrink it up a bit. Also, crop marks. That I want to add now, so I can scale this properly. Like, I always like to add these crop marks, just, you know, in case I'm working on something that's going to get printed in the future, or if I'm drawing like a illustration that's going to be used for as a thumbnail for a YouTube video. That way I can make sure it's like, nothing major is getting cropped out. Yeah, about here should be fine. Yeah, because once I get this done and send it to you, I'm going to give you like a tip. Like, I'm going to give you the whole, you know, shabam. And you'll see like some other thumbnail drawings I did. Like, you know, just some little loose sketches like that. You know, trying to get a feel of what I wanted. In fact, there was a whole layer of just nothing but like what I wanted to do. Yeah, and then I showed you that one already. Alright. That's the kind of stuff I love seeing, so I'm very excited. Love seeing the process. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, you're getting a whole shebang. And if you ever want to get it printed, I'm definitely sending you like the full TIFF file as well as you're getting the whole 9 yards. Oh, by the way, I did hear that Netflix went down around the same time I started streaming. That was funny news to, I guess, check on in while I was streaming. Admittedly, I find it a little bit hilarious that it happened the day before I'm getting Pinocchio, like Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio on 4K. Yeah, because that's been shipped and it is coming in the mail. I'm really looking forward to rewatching it. Coincidence? I think not. But yeah, it's just, again, I'm just like really happy that Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio is not trapped on Netflix. Like, I cannot express how happy I am with that. Let's see. Okay, Rool. Boxing glove. Want to see. Gonna have to probably. Okay. Wanted to fix up the boxing glove real quick. Make him look a bit more like the end game. Again, I feel like I am super cheating by having his other hand be the boxing glove. Oh hey Tokepunk, how you doing? The best Smash character and one of my favorite Nintendo villains. Yeah, Rool is he's definitely up there. Del Toro version's the best. Scary to think it's even a possibility. Yeah. -1 is peak, but I still prefer Shen. Fair enough. Something just generally trapped with no physical copy. Yeah, like that's the problem with like the streaming era is just that's the case with a lot of these shows and movies that they're being stuck digitally, and it's like, you know, no thank you. I mean, I don't think the anime trilogy, I mean, I know the Godzilla anime trilogy is not great, but I don't think there's ever been a physical release for them, which even though I don't like them, I still think that sucks. Haven't heard about, you know, that's the thing about Netflix is that not as like, you know, chances of a physical media release are not the greatest. Shin just had stronger soundtrack in my opinion. The sound for -1 felt rough and I couldn't hear some of the tracks much. Maybe it was just my theater mix. Not good. Don't deserve to be lost forever. Even bad media deserves to be preserved. Yes. Like, as much as I hate Gamera Super Monster and think it's an abomination of a movie, I'm still happy that it has a physical media release and is part of the Arrow collection. I feel like the cape is a bit janky. Maybe I'm just playing around with it too much. You get a little bit of trash with your quality purchase. You know, for completion's sake. Yeah, but to give Arrow credit, they did give Super Monster a commentary track. And the poor individual who had to do the commentary for that movie. Like I remember trying to fall asleep to the commentary when I was like really sick back in May. And the guy's just like, he was suffering. He was going through the motions, you could tell. But that would have been me as well. It's just, like, if I, you know, was ever, like, signed to do, like, a Gamera commentary, and I was chosen Super Monster, I would be like, why did this have to be the movie? Why? Is it just constant? I'm sorry. It's more of just like, the guy's just like, why am I here? Why? What is? It's like, what is this film? I mean, I'm going based off my memory of it, which isn't super reliable because it was months ago. But I'm not. At the same time, I'm not in a rush to re-listen to it. So take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. But yeah, pretty much, it was just one of those like. Man, I don't know what's going on. This is super weird. Yeah, I would not be happy to be the individual to be given Super Monster. And Tokupunk, I'm just gonna say, no. No. You are, no. And just no. I have just sat there and talked about the other Gamera movies. By the way, this clip is from the better Gamera movie, Gamera vs. Jiger. This clip is from another better movie. We should talk about that one. Yep. I mean, pretty much. Alright. I think I've played around with this one enough that I'm gonna probably do one more sketch layer before getting to like lines and stuff. I know. I figured you were joking, Tokupunk. But yeah, it's just Super Monster infuriates me like no other movie. Like I'm probably that movie's #1 hater. I will I don't typically hate movies, but I will be that movie's #1 hater if I have to be. Yeah. Can have the nose sticking out a bit. Let's see. Then I'll worry about the texture when I get into inking it. John didn't choose this fight, but he's going to finish it all. Like, yeah. Because it's just, I've never seen a film that is such a bigger cash grab than Super Monster was, but yet is weirdly proud of itself for being a cash grab. Like, it is like, it's so baffling in many ways. You know, like, I probably wouldn't be so mad if it wasn't for the fact it was just like, oh, that the movie didn't think it was like, hot crap for doing it. Because they have that like one scene where they're like making fun of the. It's like we have a movie out when Godzilla doesn't. You know, they have like where Gamera knocks down that fake Godzilla billboard, and it's just one of those like, bruh, really, really, you think you're doing something special because you know Godzilla is taking a hiatus. Maybe you should have fallen through Godzilla's path and taken a longer hiatus. I hate that. I like the superhero suits. So. Yeah, but it's one of those like. Here's the thing, like, you realize like a lot of the random elements that are put into Super Monster were all thrown in there because that was what was popular at the time. Like the superhero suits, it was because Superman was popular. Obviously, the spaceship being a rip-off Star Destroyer from Star Wars. I think the only one that I give a little slack for is the Jaws reference for Zigra, but I don't want to give them movie credit, so no. Oh yeah, it's almost like the anti-movie. I would call it the executive's wet dream of a movie. Like that is their ideal movie. No substance, all popular reference because that's what the executive would dream of. They're like, you know, it's like, yup. They're only thinking it's like, oh, this is popular. Put it in the movie. This will give us money. Best part of that Godzilla billboard scene is that it's the only shot where the newly built camera was used in the film. Yes! That's another frustrating thing. It's like you commission a new Gamera suit, and yet, what do you decide to do? You decide to not use it and use the same flying prop that's constantly opening his mouth up and down. Man, I feel like I have like so many rants saved up for Gamera's Super Monster. We'll save it for the next movie after this one. Yeah. Nah. It's just... This one is like... I don't want to say I'm happy Dai went bankrupt again during the 80s, but if that was what we were getting, I'm glad that Dai went bankrupt in the 80s again. But even if the movie was somehow good, I don't think it would have done great anyways. Because that just was genuinely a bad time for Tokusatsu. Because Ultraman 80 was going through it. Kamen Rider was going to go back on a bit of a break again. You know, the 80s were not really the best in terms for Tokusatsu. Because the only like Tokusatsu series I was able to like really thrive in the 80s was Super Sentai. And Metal Hero was also coming on the scene in the 80s, I think. But other than that, it was Tokusatsu was having it. I'd go with it. It's a shame Dai went under the first time. Their future gamer plans in the 70s sounded fun. Yeah. Yeah, but oh well. What can we do now? There we go. At least we eventually got some really good Gamera movies. Like, at least, eventually in the 90s, they're like, hey, we got our own giant monster and Tokusatsu's making a comeback. Why don't we bring back Gamera and just make them peak Tokusatsu? Like, let's just, redefine it. Now, I know K. Rool's crown is a bit straight, but I want to give it a bit more of a crooked curve to it. Like, now I'm like going a bit more off model. There we go. That's the way to do it, yeah. And they're a bit of a crack in the crown. Let's see. Yeah, like I said, I'm probably not gonna play around with K. Rool's texture until I start inking. I feel like texturing and stuff like that, for me personally, it's best saved for when I start inking. Mid-late 90s were wild for Toku. Ultraman, Tiga Dynagaya, Mothra Trilogy, Gamera Trilogy, Godzilla 2000, most iconic Sentai shows due to Power Rangers. Yep, and I would also throw in, like, early 2000s as well. Like, we got Kuga, which is still my favorite Kamen Rider season. I haven't seen it yet, but Time Ranger I hear is really good, but I will say I did watch Go-Go 5. I really love Go-Go 5. That's the one Sentai season I've, like, finished. So I really love Go-Go 5. And of course we got GMK, which, like, problems with, like, I guess, the story aside, it's still probably, like, maybe quality-wise, like, one of the best of the millennium. Have you ever watched the DKC animated series? Yes. Hang on, let me get a drink of water. I actually grew up renting a VHS tape of a couple of the episodes of the Donkey Kong Country show when I was a kid. So yes, I am very much aware of it. I remember watching the episode of where DK, he lost his memory. That was the episode I remember the most. There was other episodes I watched as well, but that was definitely a big one. Then, yeah, and then I like remember playing Donkey Kong Country on the Game Boy Advance. Well, first I played a bit on GameCube, Game Boy Color. Sorry, I almost said GameCube Color. DKC is the most beautifully animated series of all time. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I can't really comment on the animation quality, but yeah, I think it's one of the better looking 3D animated shows that came out at the time. Yeah, it's been a while since I've like sat down and watched like a full episode of the series. My poor Switch. I'm using a screen cap I took from Smash Brothers as a reference. And it's just been stuck in the one image. Yeah, this is more of like a cleanup sketch, I guess, would be the best way to describe what I'm doing. I don't know if I'll start inking this tonight or what. See how it goes. You know what's funny about DK is just like, the DK show is just like, it was very much a musical show. Something you wouldn't expect. See, how's it looking without the undersketch? Okay, that's looking pretty good. Alright. Anime musicals were all the rage at the time, I guess. Disney was still going strong in their renaissance. Yeah, trying to remember what musical show they had at the time. Well, I watched my fair share of Disney, like Disney Channel. I would say I was more of a Cartoon Network kid. So I'm having a bit more trouble remembering. Let's see. Sort of like Godzilla. He's a bit more angular and straight. You know what was like my favorite Disney animated movie at the time? Um, it's probably Emperor's New Groove. Should totally make this a sticker. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna like at least make it a print. There is like a local gaming convention that happens during the winter that I would like to. Very nice line work. Oh, thanks, but this is not line work yet. This is still sketching. I'm getting more of a. I'm just cleaning it up a bit before I start actually sketching. Alright, like before I start to go fully detail in the line work. But thank you. I hit a table. It'd be a hit a table feel. Thank you. But yeah, I definitely need to do more gaming related pieces because there is a local like gaming convention and like that's about an hour away from me. That's actually it's a pretty big convention. I went there once a few years ago before the pandemic hit. In fact, that's where I met David Hayter, the voice of Solid Snake, and I also met the voice of the new Princess Zelda. I got her to sign my case for Breath of the Wild because that was before we even knew like Tears of the Kingdom. That was what it was called. Or I don't even remember if the sequel was announced yet or not. Because I think I went 2018. But yeah, I feel like I need to do a bit more variety with artwork if, you know, and start appealing to more wider audience. Because I think that's what kind of hurt me at the Comic-Con I went to back in November. I think that's what hurt me the most. Was that I was mostly, you know, tokusatsu with a bit more, with only a bit of, you know, Transformers and not much else. But yeah, I'm definitely totally looking to make something with this one. Oh yeah, by the way, fun little trivia is that... No, you know what? I remember which year I went to the Gaming Con. It was 2019. So I guess the sequel was announced by then. It was just it was still not called Tears of the Kingdom. It was still just referred to Breath of the Wild sequel. But I remember because I went and used the Q&A panel for with David Hayter as a project for public speaking class I was taking. That was the last college class I ever took before I decided to drop out. Because I was only going to college part-time and I was starting to realize, you know, it's not really worth it, honestly, for what I want to do. And it was also eating up way too much money, which when I did drop out, it was a blessing in disguise because next year, boom, COVID. But anyway, at that Q&A panel, that's where I found out that David Hayter, voice of Solid Snake, and Big Boss, was the screenwriter for the first X-Men movie. Which, I think that's a neat fact. But yeah, you know, it would be sort of nice to hit that, you know, gaming con because it's a pretty decent sized con. And if I can get in there next year, that'd be great. Wasn't able to this year because conflicting schedules, and I obviously did not have enough gaming work to be qualified. Like, that was the thing. That was like the requirement to sign up for that con, was that, you know, your artwork had to be, like, you had to have a lot of, like, gaming art. But this will definitely be a contributor to that. And I'll say Bowser will be that. I think I should give that Bowser, like, background. Like, a bit of a background and sell that as a print. That is a very neat fact. I find the first X-Men to be one of the better ones Fox did, so props to Hater. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot the story he told about that. But, like, he told us a behind-the-scenes story with that, which was, I thought was, like, super neat. Lake's not coming out like I want it. What I maybe need to do is fix the angle a bit more. That feels super wonky though. Let's see. Because if I do that, it's just not gonna work out. Oh, it's the DK rap. Maybe if I do that. DK is such an interesting legacy. Yeah! He definitely does. Like, one of the more varied ones out of the Nintendo characters. Amazing highs and pretty ridiculous weird lulls. Yup. That's DK, alright. One moment they're redefining 2D platformers, and next they got a rhythm game. Alright. Yeah, DK is oddly inconsistent for such a popular iconic character, yeah. Then of course we got Mario versus Donkey Kong series. Which I guess I grew up playing. Out of that series, I played the second one, like Mario vs. Donkey Kong 2, March of the Minis, and I guess a little hot take, I guess, maybe, I don't know. I actually like that game. But that's just me. But I'm looking forward to the remake. You know, I'm interested to play that one. Although I wish that Nintendo would release the Game Boy Donkey Kong. There we go. And we got a little triangle for his tail. Probably doesn't make sense where it's located. I mean, nah. Nah, I won't add the tail just because it'll just complicate things more. Still waiting for it. That's like one of my all-time favorite games, and how it's not on the yay, right? I mean, I've heard how good it is. I've always wanted to play it, but I feel like that's one of like the Game Boy games that is just like that's a must play, and they haven't put it on there yet. Game Boy Donkey Kong is such a hidden gem. Yeah, yeah. I just don't understand why it's not on the service yet. I mean, I understand with Pokemon because Pokemon Company, Game Freak, they're weird like that. That they won't allow their mainline titles to be on the service unless they like sell it, but they will never sell their old ones, except if it's like a really bad remaster. um, I'm sorry, remake, or I shouldn't say bad, but bare bones. That is from someone that's saying that I never bought the Diamond and Pearl remakes after hearing how disappointing they were. Alright. Okie dokie. How long has the stream been going? Yeah. I'm pretty happy where I'm at with K-Rool. Think I'm gonna call it a night. Yeah, so Andy, I will definitely be continuing to work on this this week and next week respectively. I'll definitely be getting it to you this month. And then for YouTube channel, I gotta get back to working on Amazon video. I'll try to get that done this month, and then after that I will be making a video stating the future of the channel, just what my plans are for next year. Because I'm going to change things up a bit in terms of output and whatnot. Thanks for streaming. It's looking great. No problem, and thank you for the compliment. Yeah, like, I was definitely like struggling with K-Rool for quite a bit, and I'm liking where he's at right now. So, thank you. I feel I'll definitely like share the reference image to you as well. But I feel like I've also like diverged enough from the main reference image I was using. But yeah, thank you for the comment. I'll definitely try to catch one of your streams. One of these days I will not be working when you're streaming, I swear. But yeah, thank y'all for coming to the last stream of the year, because I'm not going to stream the next couple of weeks due to the holidays. Because, family being over and whatnot, I'll be picking up streaming back up, I say, somewhere in January. But yeah, it was fun, and thank y'all for stopping by. I hope y'all have a happy holidays, and that you take care of yourselves and whatnot. And I'll see you guys whenever I post my videos, and I'll definitely be around the internet. So, take care and shoo watch.